everyone. Thanks for being here. We're going to open up one of the brand new kits that just came out last week. All kits are on sale, 30% off through tonight. So if this is something that you are interested in, I'm going to try to raise that up a little bit. You're going to want to grab some kits tonight because there are 3 brand new adorable kits. Let me grab, I've got 2 of them. Let me grab the 3rd one. Where'd it go? Oh, yeah. Here. All right. So one of the brand new kits is the Nutcracker Tags kit. And these are really cute. They are just big enough to fit on a card front. And they have a lot of gold sparkly pieces on them. Super cute. So a lot of times when we have really big tags like this, I make them into cards because I think they're really cute. You can kind of tie them off and put them on a card. And yeah, they make really fast cards. This has 12 tags, and I think it's like maybe $14. No stamping, just some glue. All the adhesives you need are included. There's glue dots and dimensionals, some twine. Really easy. The other kit I'll show you at the end is the Christmas to Remember, and I'm going to do a class on it in December. So stay tuned for that, but I'm going to show you that. And then today we're going to make the Calm and Bright kit. So this is a Christmas card kit. It is got some really soft colors, and I want to show it to you because I think it's really pretty, but I do think it's kind of hard to appreciate how cute it is unless you kind of see it put together. So with all of our kits, this is a stamping kit. So it includes a clear block that we're going to put our photopolymer stamps on. It includes the twine. It includes a stamp spot. Our kits are full service, all the dimensionals and adhesives you need, which is awesome. Oh, and there's some cute little matte little dots. Those are really tiny and very cute. Okay, and then let me see, a kid from PTA is reaching out. I was trying to I wanted to see your questions and comments. Ooh, that's pretty. So there's like some opalescent paper in this kit. That's really pretty. There's always a nice set of directions. And the directions are full color. They have kind of step-by-step directions on how to stamp things and how to put things together. So we'll definitely take a look at that. And then, we don't have enough for one more row. Should we leave the rest off or just hang the rest? Maybe leave off. Okay. There's also a stamp set, and they always include the artwork in both, like if it's in French and German. So this one, all is calm, all is bright, Merry Christmas, sending joy from our house to yours, and then a couple of little tiny stamps. These are really cute. These would be fun for like your planner and stuff too. Like I love little tiny stamps, so that's cute. All right, let's take a look at the pieces. So it looks like there's some pieces that have texture, so they're all die cut with some cool texture, which is nice. So there's some of those. Looks like we've got some of these that have like some score lines around them. Oh yeah, there's these that are always cute. This looks like it's like little note, you know, like spiral that you tore it out of a spiral ring notebook. I love that. So we'll kind of pop that out. That's cute. So we'll get some of those. We're going to make, this kit makes 9 cards, 3 of 3 designs. So we're just going to make 1 of each today. The envelopes are almost like a basic beige color. You can see they're different. I think they are basic beige. They have a little bit of print on the inside, but what's interesting about them is they feel, They have texture to them, like a weight and a texture. They almost feel like watercolor paper, which is interesting. All right, so those are the envelopes. Card bases. They also have a little bit of a texture to them, which is interesting. One opens sideways. It looks like these guys open top ways. It looks like we've got multiples of those. Okay. Oh, those are fun. So pink and Lost Lagoon. That's fun. What's the coordinating color? They always tell us the colors, which I always find nice. Basic beige, gray granite, Lost Lagoon, pecan pie, pool party, pretty in pink and white. That's fun. Oh, look at that little deer. He's so cute. Yeah, those are cute pieces. They're very delicate. I'm gonna have to be careful. I know I'm very heavy-handed. You guys know that. Oh, those are cute too. So they put some tissue paper in here. They don't normally do that, but these are some pretty small pieces. And I might not punch them out before I stamp them, because it looks like these are gonna have some stamping on them. So just, you know, sometimes I punch everything out ahead of time. Sometimes I kind of wait. I might wait on this one. All right, let's see what we need. Really, the only thing you need is probably a pair of scissors when you do one of these kits. For this kit, it doesn't even look like we're gonna really need, well, there is twine, but it doesn't look like we're gonna, you know, need much else. So I'm gonna open up a few things here. And let's see what we need to do. All right, so for the first card, which is not this one, it's gonna be one of our regular openings, which the texture's really nice on it. And then it looks like we're gonna have the bigger one, I wanna say. Okay, and then for the card that goes horizontal, it looks like we're gonna use the one that has the kind of the line around it. So I'm kind of just organizing my pieces. And then the other vertical card, it looks like we're gonna have this one. So at least I've got my pieces organized. And for this one, it looks like we're gonna stamp the sentiment, the from our house to yours, on a blue skinny strip, which I didn't see. Oh, here we go. Now I see it. And then we're gonna take 30 inches of twine. That is a lot of twine. And we're going to wrap it around, and then we're also gonna stamp some of the little star pieces. I like to just cut one side of the ink spots because then I have kind of bigger hands, and then it kind of gives me something larger to hold on to. So I'm just going to ink this up. I do like that they give us an extra one just in case we screw it up. From our house to yours. Cute. Okay. And then the other thing they want us to stamp is the speckle stars and maybe the bigger star. Oh, pardon me. That is really tragic. Oh, there's a few little pieces on this one that I'm not sure. Okay, and then we're gonna need this little dot, and we're gonna need Merry Christmas eventually too. So, okay. So we'll unmount the From Our House to Yours. And on here, we're gonna stamp a few of these like speckles and the little stars. It's fascinating. Okay, we're just gonna, I don't know. I think it's just to give it a little bit of like background color, maybe. I don't know how many times I'm supposed to stamp it. The directions are a little bit vaguer on this one, so we're just gonna kind of do our best and see what happens. It's also hard because it is all white, so it's a little hard to see the contrast. But all right, and then we're gonna take some twine, and it looks like we're just wrapping around maybe 2 or 3 times and then tying in a bow. This is glued down. Okay. So 30 inches, 10, 20, 30. There is a ruler on the instruction sheets, but it's white twine. Like, if I run out, I run out. All right. And then we're going to, just on the back, I'll kind of wrap it 1, 2, 3. Wrap it 3 times, and then we'll just tie a little knot in the back. Maybe 4 times. It's cute though. Okay, and then we're going to stamp one of these with Merry Christmas. And we're gonna stamp one of these with the little tiny dot. So the little dot. And it has like a little star in the middle of it. It's cute. And then Merry Christmas on the back. Okay. So there's Merry Christmas. So we'll pop that out. And we'll pop out the little house. And there's a few other pieces that we're gonna need. So we're gonna need 1 or 2 of these little holly leaves. We're gonna need 1 of the house, from our house to yours. We're also gonna need our little label that says from our house to yours. And then we're also gonna need, where did that shimmer, those really pretty shimmer sheets go? Who knows? Let's see, where did I put those? 1, 2, 3. You know, sometimes I just misplace things for myself. Please tell me that happens to everybody. Oh, here they are, perfect. So these are the shimmery ones, and we'll get a couple of these. Cute. Oh, so delicate. If I don't tear something today, I'll be shocked. Okay. So what I like is the instructions tell us like, hey, we're going to put some glue dots on here, and then we're going to put, you know, a dimensional on here, and they kind of give you all the pieces. We're also going to need just a little bit more of this twine because we're going to loop it through here. So I'm going to tie a little bow on here. Now, sometimes tying the bow is easier to do when that thing is stationary, like when it's glued down. And sometimes you can do it kind of when it's up in the air. Just depends on how you're feeling, how the twine's feeling, you know, all that. All right, I think I was able to get it. and I think I can probably get it right. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, and then we're gonna put a dimensional on the back of there. These are all mini dimensionals, which is nice for this kit because everything's a little mini. It's tiny. Ooh. Well, that one is probably gonna show if I leave it there. Uh-oh, okay. There's always extra. All right, so, ooh, oh, this is fun. I'm like dimensional to myself or something. I don't know what happened. Okay. And then we're gonna use some of the glue dots. Oh, we need a mini dimensional on the back of the house. Super cute. Right there between the windows. We're also going to use some glue dots on here. So it kind of depends on how you, you know, if you like to pick up sticky things with your fingers or whether you're more into kind of, you know, trying to glue things here. What is happening there? Huh, okay. All right. Merry Christmas from our house to yours. This one is actually just going to get stuck down with a glue dot, kind of tucked under there. So we're just going to lift that and kind of glue that there. And then, oh, are those the little doodads? Oh, we're going to make little holly berries out of that. Cute. All right. And then we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of here. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cute. These little backers seem to be falling off easily, so that's nice. All right, so now we're gonna put some dimensionals on the back of this panel, and we're gonna mount this panel onto our card front. Make sure I got them all sticky and ready to go. All right, so we're gonna add this to our card front. Then we're going to add this to our card front. And then we're going to kind of make a little piece here with these. I'm gonna make sure that there is one side that's shiny and one side that's not. So I just want to make sure that we can, you know, see that. And I'm hoping I can see y'all's live comments too. I don't want to miss anything. All right, so we're gonna tuck the house kind of back here. So I'm gonna kind of tuck it. I'm gonna tuck mine a little bit over this way. And then I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on here, and hopefully we're gonna kind of build a little piece with these guys. So if this piece is here, right, then I kind of want these to come out from underneath it. So I'm hoping I can kind of tuck these in here, and then we can hopefully add that there. And then this is gonna go on there, which is cute. And I can always trim that. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna add the little holly berries on here, the pink ones. So hopefully, oh, And if you have a hard time, like I have these stickers on my nails right now and they're making it hard for me, you can take your pick tool and you can use those to help you with your like little adhesive items. Sometimes the flat end is good for this. Sometimes it requires the pokey end, so you can just turn that around and you can grab them like that. So it just kind of depends on what, you know, there. But that's cute. It's a really sweet card, very white on white, but really sweet. I like the little house. I think that's cute. I might end up, that's not super well supported, so I might end up tucking another mini dimensional under there because that makes me nervous. So I'll take the sticky off. And one of the other things that I've been doing lately is like cutting them in half, because sometimes you just want like a little bit of support under something. And I do. I want a little bit of support under the house, like right there. Okay, that's good, because then that feels maybe a little more supportive, and then I might stick the other one like under here. Yeah, there we go. That's good. That feels more sturdy. All right, well then, there's card number 1. All right, let's see. Let's take a look at card number 2. So we've got this. We're also going to need the cute ornaments, and we're going to use a couple of these. So also the iridescent, which is nice. It's nice that like each of them kind of has a little bit of that iridescent. We're going to use a couple of these sweet little boughs, pine boughs. So I'm going to get a couple of those out, hopefully without tearing anything. We're also going to use one of the ornament sets. So we'll get the ornament set out. And then it looks like we're going to use a couple of the flowers. So a dark pink flower and a light pink flower. And we're going to use a couple of pieces that we're going to stamp on from here. So I'm going to put the card base aside for a second. And I'm going to make sure I can read my directions. All right, so same idea with this one. We're going to stamp some of the random stars. And then that one that's kind of a circle that looks like an ornament. I think it's the small one. I don't think there's a bigger one, but we'll look. Oh, it could be this bigger one. Yeah, so I think we're going to use the big one. The little one can go away. And then we're going to use the stars. And, pardon me. Sending joy will be our little sentiment in a minute. So let's do a little bit of stamping with this. So again, just some, we don't need this star, but kind of the speckles just to add a little bit of interest. So we'll stamp. And I like to, whenever I'm doing this, I'll rotate this so that it doesn't look or feel the same. So if I'm repeating a pattern, I'll make sure that, you know, I've rotated it enough. And I can stamp off a little bit too. And that'll kind of help with that too. Okay, so then in addition to that, we need the little circle, which is going to be stamped on here on this circle. And it's got a little star in it. That's cute. And then the sharing, what is this? Sending joy? Sending joy. is going to be stamped on this tag, kind of towards the bottom. And then we're going to kind of build like a swag of things at the top. So let's do right there. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. All right. Okay, so stamping done on that, which is good. So we'll pop out our pieces and hopefully we don't need any extra things. And then for this one, I think the card base, no, actually it is this other card base. It's this one. So this one, what's interesting is we're gonna wrap the twine on the card base. So again, we're gonna have about 30 inches. And we're gonna wrap it and then hide the bow behind on the front. So, and there's not really a bow, it'll just be a knot. So we're gonna wrap it 1 and 2 and 3. And as long as we've got some fun kind of, you know, I like to kind of wrap it and offset them a little bit so that you can see, you know, the wrapping. That might be too far over on this, but let's see. I think it's okay. Okay. And if I have a little bit of extra over here, I'm sure I'll use it on something else. Let's see. Yeah, we need a couple inches for that little ornament again. So let's see if this is too tight or if I can get it. Perfect. All right. And we don't really need to see that. We're just looking to see these other, you know, pieces here. So depending on how you want to, you know, organize that, you could get them to layer nicely or not. All right, so we've got that. We have this piece, and we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna stick this piece on here. We're just gonna add some dimensionals on the back. There we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then we're going to, on here, we are going to use that other one. That is a very tiny detail. There is a spot on here where we're going to stamp that tiny little piece that has so there's 2 kind of balls with a star in it. So we're going to stamp one here. Maybe it's supposed to be the bigger one. I don't know. No, it's the snowflake. Well, one's going to get a ball and one's going to get a snowflake. There we go. No big deal. This one will be unique. All right, little snowflake there. That is cute. Okay, so this tag piece, we're going to put some glue dots here, just at the top. And this is going to help us to kind of build this. So we're going to hang this from here. So now we've got that glued, which is nice. We're going to turn that over. We're going to add a couple of dimensionals to that and one to the top of this. And then we're going to put this on the front of this. All right. So we're gonna kind of hang it here. Perfect. And we do want that kind of hanging down, which is cute. And then we're going to put some glue dots on here. So we're gonna do a glue dot on the front of there, on the front of there, the front of this one, on the front of this one. And then we're gonna do a glue dot on the front of this one. And we're going to kind of layer these two flowers together. And then we'll go ahead and put some glue dots on the back of here. And then we're just kind of building like a swag here that's gonna go on the whole thing. Now, where mine is situated, I'm gonna need a dimensional up there. So I'm probably gonna, I'll just put a dimensional there because I know I'm gonna need it. And then I'm going to go ahead and pull these other glue dot covers off so that I can kind of build it the way I wanna build it. Okay, so I want the, I'm gonna put the white in front. And then I'm gonna put the greenery behind it. And there's lots of glue dots back there, right? Because I've got all those pieces glued down. And then that's going to just stick on there like that. And then we're gonna take the white little guys and we're gonna add 3 of these here to be kind of the center of our flower. And then if you want to add this as kind of like an extra element, you can over here. I probably don't. I think this is probably cute enough for me. So I'm gonna leave mine like this, but you can kind of tuck this up and under or somewhere over here. But I like the symmetry of it right now. I'm not gonna mess with it, so. All right, final card, here we go. All right, so the final card, we're going to orient like this. We're going to stamp all is calm and all is bright on here. And it looks like maybe we're gonna stamp one of the ornaments. Again, probably some more of that snow scatter. And I think that might be it for stamping, so that's good. So we're gonna stamp the snow scatter. There, okay. Then it looks like we're going to stamp one of the ornaments with the little snowflake, which is super cute. And then we're also going to stamp the sentiment. So I'm going to mount that. And we're gonna stamp the sentiment on the left-hand side of the label. So it looks like we're gonna put our little deer over on the right. All right, so then the other pieces we need, we're gonna need the big Lost Lagoon tree. We're gonna need a light colored tree and a dark colored tree and a pink tree and another pink tree. And gonna need a lot of trees. That's okay. Are there other trees? Oh yeah. And then there's some shimmer trees. So we're gonna get some shimmer trees. A big one and a little one. Perfect. Lots and lots of trees. All right. So this piece is gonna just go on the front in a bit, but let's go ahead and stack our trees first. So these trees on the back of them are just gonna get a couple of glue dots, and then, so we'll kind of work back to front, which is how I like to work. So we're gonna layer a couple of these trees on. And then we're gonna do the pink trees. Which I think the pink trees are gonna get dimensionals. I think these trees aren't. So we'll put another glue dot on here. Glue dot-a-rama. So we've got kind of another tree and another tree. And then these other ones are all gonna get dimensionals. So let's do some dimensionals. Do one on these guys, and then I think probably 2 or 3 on here, maybe 3. So get our pink ones on. And the big guy in the middle. Cute. All right, so we've got all of our trees, which is great. We're going to get a couple of the white branches, which are here. So a couple of white little pine branches and a deer, and we're done, which will be great. All right. And then I've stamped that, oh, that one that had the snowflake. Where did that go? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, here we go. Cute. All right, we'll go with the snowflake. For this one, I think I'm okay layering this on. So we're gonna tie a bow. Again, for most people, it's easier to tie a bow once this is already on the project. So if, you know, tying a bow, especially a twine bow, while something's like mid-air isn't for you, that's okay. You can always tie it on later. But we're gonna put a dimensional on the back of that. And then our little deer is gonna get a glue dot on the back of him because he's just gonna go right on this label. Maybe, hopefully. Let's see, so he's gonna go right there. And then we're gonna put a couple of glue dots at the top of these. And hopefully they're just gonna layer right behind here easily, behind this label. Okay, so I've got the label and I've got my little deer on it, and then I'm going to put 1 and 2. Cute. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back here to kind of pop this bar up. I'll put one on one end. Oh, this one's stuck there again. These are really sticky. And I keep getting two whenever I pick them up, which is not what I want. All right, and then I'm gonna put a dimensional, I'm gonna put a glue dot in the middle because I've already got all this popped up, and so it doesn't need a dimensional in the middle. It's already got dimension because the trees are popped up. So we're just gonna put a glue dot in the middle, and then hopefully this is just gonna go right on top like that. Could probably go higher to kind of cover that one bottom tree. Let's see if I've made a mess of that. I think it's fine. And then this is gonna go right here. I don't really love that. No. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Nope, still don't love it. Not great. Interesting. If I do that, I need to bring my bow in, I think, really, really small, which is fine. All right. And then this whole panel needs to get popped up with dimensionals on the card base. All right, so there we go. There is the very cute card kit that is out right now. We have a lot of card kits that are out, but this is the brand new Calm and Bright kit, and I will show you all of the pieces. And I think that this one has a few of these white dots kind of sprinkled about in the sky, which I think is always nice. So there we go. All right, so there's 1 and 2 and 3. Cute cards, really pretty. So hopefully it's nice to see them kind of put together and in person. I think a lot of times the colors don't show up nice on, like they get washed out, especially when we're doing lighter stuff and we're doing a lot of like tone on tone. These are very white, very clean, very crisp cards, but they're very soft and they're very pretty. So Calm and Bright kit on sale, 30% off. Additionally, I wanted to show you, so in the month of December, we're going to be using this kit, the Remembering Christmas kit, to be doing our Document December, which Document December is something that lots of people like Heidi Swap and a whole bunch of other people, December Daily, Becky Higgins, you know, a lot of the kind of scrapbooking folks have been using that to help people focus on the Christmas holidays and like not just like the presents, but like all the little things that make the Christmas holidays fun, whether it's decorating or baking cookies or, you know, dressing your cat up in something funny. So this is a cute kit that they just came out with, Remembering Christmas. It's also included in the sale. There's some fun pocket pages. There's some fun kind of shape pages that I'll show you. But what I want to encourage you, and I have a group called Document December, and in that group we post pictures every day, and every day that you post a picture you're entered into a drawing, and then at the end of the month we'll have a winner that we pick. But what I like about this kit is that it's a fun little mini album, so this will just come like in the front like that, and it's got lots of cute pieces that open up, and these all can like fold out. So there's that one. There's one that's like a little house. There's the tree, which is super cute. And then there's like a pocket in the back. So you can, there's a couple of like pieces here. We can go like 1, 2. And so we can put these in here. And then we can put these in here. And then once we add all of the other stuff, so let me show you all the other pages of stuff because it's pretty cool. This is a sticker sheet. All these are stickers, super cute. These are the pockets, and there's 1, 2, and then there's, I think, where are the others? 3, 4. So there's 4 pockets that you can add. You have a huge roll of tear and tape that you can attach not only photos, but the pockets too. These are some more stickers, cute little label stickers. There's fun little punch outs with like making lists of like all the things you need to do, or maybe, you know, what you asked from Santa this year. There's super cute alpha stickers. So there's these round alpha stickers, and then there's some glossy alpha stickers, and there's actually 2 sheets of the glossy alpha. There's some pieces in here that you can make like bands, and then we can tuck things in the bands. So I'll show you how to do that. There's cute stickers with like the turkey dinner and Thanksgiving and cookies and ornaments and trees and carrots and Christmas puddings and snowmen. There are 3 pages in languages. So there's a French one, there is a German one, and then there's also the English one. Merry and bright, trimming the tree, right? Oh, what fun, traditions, right? Baking, right? So sparkle, shine, little moments, waiting for Saint Nick, right? So lots of cute little stickers. There's a couple of other listy type ones, and one that has really nice journaling space if you're not good at writing. I like that these have lines on them too. There was another one that had lines. Yeah, this one too has lines. I like lines because sometimes I'm not very good at writing. There's some cute frames. These are some more stickers, and then some more stickers with some sticker frames. This one's a frame as well, so you can kind of frame photos. So this is a really fun kit. It's a lot of fun colors, and I think we're gonna have a really good time with it. If you're interested in following along with me on Document December and you want to play along in the month of December, I recommend you get this kit. I'll be doing some like process videos probably once a week. I'll like take all the photos from that week and I'll show you how I'm using them. And I'll show you how to use all the pieces in the kit, including like the bands and the things like that, so that you understand how to kind of set your book up for maximum fun. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. I think it's going to be a great class, and I think it's going to be a really fun kit. So if you want to join me, get that kit, the Remembering Christmas kit. I think it's like $22 or something. It's not expensive at all. I think it's actually cheaper than the card kit, and at 30% off, it's a really great deal right now. So come join me for Remembering Christmas in the month of December. And for now, today is the last day for the kit sale, 30% off. So make sure that you're getting those kits, and I appreciate you. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.